Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chris, aka the IT guy, and today's video I'm going to show you how to install VS Code on Ubuntu Linux. We are going to go through various steps, and it is not that hard at all, and I'm going to guide you on how to do that, and I will show you how to install the extension of your favorite in VS Code. Without further ado, let's go ahead and see how we can do this one. First of all, I will have to open my favorite browser, and my favorite browser here is this Mozilla. I'm going to go ahead and type VS Code like this one on the search bar, and we wait for the results. And I hope the first website that will come will be from code.visualstudio.com. We'll go ahead and click on this link, and we will wait for it to load. And don't mind the background noises. There are kids on my neighborhood, they are playing there, and there's no problem at all. I hope it will not distract you. So let's wait for this to load. And once it is now successfully loaded, you will be will come with all these interface that show exactly how it look like, and there will be the download button on here, and there will be the download for different platforms. For example, for the .deb, which is now the extension for Debian and Ubuntu. And for this video, we're going to go for this Debian and Ubuntu, which have the extension of .deb. And if you are using Red Hat or Fedora or other Linux distributions, you can follow with this button, but in this case, let's go and download for this one. And once you click on download, it will start downloading, and you have to wait for a couple of seconds for the download to start. And to make this video very short and clear, I have downloaded my VS Code on here, and I have it downloaded on here, and it is on my downloads folder. And I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the installation. To perform the installation, of course, you will use the terminal, and you will have to open your terminal. And once you are in terminal, you can let's wait for the terminal to open. And once I am in a terminal, let me try to zoom so as to see this very clearly. I can navigate, and I will change the directory to the downloads folder on where it's contained downloads. And once I type errors to reset the directory content, you can see that I have this code 1.63. This is now the current version for the time of making this video. The versions may vary, and there's no problem about this one. The installation processes are the same. And once you see this in your downloads, I hope you are seeing it. You can use the package manager, and that is called dpkg like this one. dpkg, and I will use -i, and I will specify this name. And to never make any errors, I prefer to go ahead and copy all this, copy and paste it here. And in this case, to perform the installation of this file that we downloaded, and once we press enter, you can see that it is now warning us that you have to use the super user privilege. And in order to do that, we can go ahead and put sudo and the beginning of this command, and once you press enter, it will ask you for the password. Let me go ahead and put mine, and I'm not going to spare it. And once you do that, it will start to unpack this setup file that we specified, and it is now going on. You have to wait until it's done, and once it's done, we will check if the VS Code is ready to do our works. Alright, and once this is now complete, you can see that it brings back our prompt, which means that the processes that was going on are finished, and you are going to go on our applications, and we check for the Visual Studio Code. And as you can see, it is now on here. You can go ahead and click on it to open, and you have to wait for a couple of seconds in order to have this Visual Studio launched, and we have to wait. And there you go. And once now it is launched, you can see now it is successfully installed on our Ubuntu, and you can go ahead and create one file to see if it will detect it and it will be ready to work. For example, let me go ahead and click on here to ask me to select the language. For example, let me choose, for example, any language, for example, Python. I like Python. They can go ahead and for example, the message message equal, for example, please subscribe. All right, and once I hit save, and once I hit save, wait for this to save. It will ask me for the name of this file. Let me call it test and press save. All right, and once now this is saved, you can bring back our VS Code on here. You can see now it is now test.py. You can see it detected our extension successfully, and I'm going to go ahead and try to see only way to install the extensions. For example, there are some extensions that you can install. For example, let's try to install Prettier. So let's say Prettier like this. Once you press enter, you can see now there will be a bunch of extension on here, but what we want to focus on is Prettier. This one you can go ahead and install. If you want to add a custom theme, for example, let's try for Monokai Pro, and you can see Monokai alright typo. Let's define this Monokai. Right, you can install, for example, one Monokai, for example, like this one, and you can choose any extension that you need to install, and you can install in this VS Code. And also, if you want to bring other panels, for example, like this panel, when you try to press Ctrl J to bring this this panel on where you can try to do other things, for example, like calling the gate or calling other things. For example, when I try to call the gate, in here you can see, let's see if it will bring this, or if try to bring the git version in the VS Code, it will also bring this. And you can see that this is very helpful and very handy way you are using this VS Code. And that was it on how to use the download and install the VS Code on Ubuntu Linux. I hope you guys will find this video very helpful and interesting, and if you did like it, go ahead and press the like button. And if you're coming on the channel for the first time and you liked this one, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.